as I was getting ready for this conversation these past few days, I was like listening to like other interviews that you did. And so I was wondering, I was like, I wonder what background I'm gonna get for it. I was like, am I gonna get the yellow wall? Am I gonna get the gym?
I'm dead. I've done interviews like I swear everywhere in cars, in just
Yeah, that was another one. The car parking lot.
yes.
Yeah, so like leading up, I was like, I wonder which background am I gonna get? So it's like awesome that I'm getting the yellow wall.
Yes.
All right, so virtually, it's really great to meet you.
Yeah, it's nice to meet you too.
I don't even know where to begin when it comes to all the congratulations that I need to throw your way right now. So let me see if I can do them in order. So first of all, congratulations! You just graduated high school, right?
Yes, I did. Thank you.
Yeah. So congratulations on that. Congratulations on this past. I believe it was just this past weekend. You made your Mission Pro debut.
Yes, I did.
Something I thought was pretty cool was in previous interviews that you did, you always said that, or you mentioned that you wish you could do more shows, but because of school, kind of held you back a little bit. So now that school's done, I feel like you're gonna go like full force now. So
Oh,
how do you feel about school being done and being able to go full force now
it
into
feels it
wrestling?
feels so good. Like I have been doing so much. I mean, I graduated, but the week before graduation was double or nothing weekend. Or well, the week of graduation was double or nothing weekend. So like I literally went from Vegas back to Arizona to graduate and wrestle in Arizona, and then back to Vegas. And then since I graduated, I've done um where did I go? Oh my God, I don't even remember. I went to Texas this past weekend. Before that, I did Douglas, Arizona, which is like 4 hours away from me. This weekend, I'm doing California and Vegas. I've been doing shows on Tuesdays for Championship Wrestling. I've just been reaching out to every single company. Like, I want to go everywhere. And soon
Yeah.
I'm going to Minnesota. Before I graduated, I went to New York, and that was crazy. I'm going to New York, New Jersey again for a signing in August. So I'm really excited about that. I'm trying to go out to Detroit for WrestleMania, or not WrestleMania, SummerSlam weekend. I'm trying to just go anywhere and everywhere, like working things out with people. I'm going back up to the Bay Area in a couple weeks. But yeah, it's been so nice that I don't have to worry about like doing homework on at the airport. Like there's a lot of times where like I would be up until like 3 a.m. just doing it homework, doing it before flights, doing it like in hotel rooms. Like it got crazy, but I'm so glad it's over and it's been so much fun.
Yeah. Oh my God. So you mentioned going everywhere. Oh my God. Something that I was like so like hating myself for was I had no idea you were in Oxnard a few months ago
Oh
For
yes.
RMW, right?
Yes, I
Yeah, I
was.
was listening to other interviews you did, and then as the people were talking to you, were asking you what shows you've done and stuff like that, and then I was like, I had my phone right here, I had my headphones on, and I was just right here, on my TV and stuff like that, and I'm just hearing it. I have my notes right, I have my notepad right here, listening, and all of a sudden, and then you start mentioning the shows you were doing, and then you go, oh yeah, then I did RMW, that was in Oxnard, and I go, like, what did she say? Like, what did she just say? Like, whoa.
Oh.
I rewind it, like Oxnard. I'm like, what the heck? And then I go on, and so my fault. I had no idea that there was even a promotion in my home city. Like
Really?
I had
Okay.
no idea because I mean, I try to like go as far back as I could, and I think that promotion's only been around for like less than 2 years, maybe if I'm
Yeah.
correct. Yeah, so maybe that's why I haven't heard of it yet. But yeah, so I follow them already. I'm already like trying to hit them up and be like, hey, y'all need a camera guy or an interview guy, hey, a commentator there, hey, like,
That'd be
like I'm
awesome.
here.
Oh my God. I love that.
Yeah,
That's so cool.
so I'm hoping that they book you again so I can go see you in
Yeah,
person
for
over here.
sure. I
Yeah,
love that.
yeah,
Yeah, it was fun there. It was fun there.
because Oxnard doesn't get that much. I don't, in my opinion, I don't think Oxnard's like a big wrestling city, in my opinion, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was really cool to see that. So I hope they book you again down the road.
I love that.
Okay, so I do want to take a step back, and I wanted to ask you, through all the stuff that you're doing, like, do you ever take moments to like step back and like soak it all in and be like, whoa, like I'm doing what I said like I was gonna do? Like, does it ever get overwhelming for you sometimes?
Well, the I feel like having all the stuff going on that I do, I get overwhelmed, but like I never really want like I know it's important to like take a step back and like see your growth and stuff, and I'll do that occasionally, but like I'm always wanting more. It's like the go-getter and hungry, like hungry in me. I feel like I haven't done nearly as much as like I feel like where I should be, or like I feel like like should be doing. So like it's just always pushing to like get to higher levels and make sure that I'm wrestling for promotions and just getting my name out there as much as possible and becoming like a household name. That's exactly what I want. Um I feel like there's just like a push in me where it's like, don't rest, just keep grinding, keep doing all the things you're doing, do more, you know, get better, wrestle for like just everything in me. Like I honestly get upset when I don't wrestle. Like yesterday, so obviously I did on Saturday, I did Mission Pro in San Antonio, and I flew back Sunday morning to here in Arizona, and I was like, I don't have anything today. Like it kind of made me sad. Like I love wrestling, and it just the day doesn't feel right if I don't do something for wrestling. Like I have practice tonight. Like I go to practice every Monday, Wednesday. I travel to shows, wrestle shows, but like on the weekends where I only have a show on Saturday, I'm just like the other 2 days I'm like, what do I do? Like it's definitely weird. But not like the go-getter in me will never be complacent or never be like, oh, like I've made it this far. Like I just want more, and I want to work for more, and I want to earn every single thing I get. So
Yeah, so I'm a big believer in the way your day starts is the way your day's gonna go. So I'm a big fan of morning routines. So I wanted to ask you, what does your morning routine look like nowadays?
oh, it's all over the place because my day to day is just so crazy different. Because, like, some days I'll be working the entire day, like at my job. And then some days will be like today, where like I got to sleep in a little, but I had just a ton of errands to run. Like, I'm in the process of really trying to get a passport, and that has just been a mess. I went to like 13 different places. So, if anybody watching this knows like a way to get a passport, I have been struggling for a couple weeks now. Like, just trying every single place. Every place is booked out for appointments for months. Like I have my passport photos and everything. So we just went on a wild goose chase this morning for that. And then like going to the gym, I always make sure I love to work out at 10 a.m. It's very weird, like a very random time, but I love to go to the gym at 10 a.m. And then after that, either like it just kind of depends. Like every day is so different. Like especially now that I'm out of school, it's driving me crazy because I haven't been able to develop a routine, because it's like, oh, this day I'm traveling to this place, or this day, oh, I'm working like 15 hours because I need to make up for the other hours that I'm not like working. So like it's just super inconsistent. But like I definitely, when I wake up, I do like to like I would check all my social medias, make sure. I feel like one of the most important things that like sometimes wrestlers don't understand is like be up on your social medias, because like that's where I feel like everything comes in and out of, and just constantly being in the loop of what's going on like at other people's careers, and like this show is going on this day, like and just like learning about everything, retweeting all the things that you're mentioned, and like I feel like that's just so important. So I always check all my social medias, and then I kind of go out, get food, and then make my bed. I love to make my bed in the morning, and yeah, just try to like make sure I also have a plan of like everything that I need to do in the day, because sometimes I'll forget something and I'll be like, shoot, I need to make sure I do that. But yeah.
You mentioned you enjoy working out at 10 a.m. I want to talk a little bit about fitness because I also enjoy going to the gym. What do your workouts look like nowadays?
So it kind of depends. Like I like to do a body like so my dad was a professional bodybuilder, so he's taught me a lot, and he was like, I feel like the most effective way of working out is definitely making sure you're doing like a body part per day. So like I'll do a chest day, a leg day, like a leg day with quad focus, and then a back day, a leg day with hamstring focus, and then I try to do calves on both of my leg days. And then I'll do a bicep day, and then tricep, and then sometimes I'll throw shoulders in. Either I'll have my own day for shoulders, but my shoulder has been messed up recently, so I try to do like a couple exercises on the back half of each of those days. And then I've also been trying to run a little bit more, so like running for 5 to 10 minutes on the treadmill. Like it doesn't, like, to me it doesn't really matter how far I go, I just want to make sure I go for that amount of time, because that's about match time most of the time, is like 5 to 10 minutes is like a match. So I want to make sure like I'm keeping up on my cardio. I'll throw abs in, like today I did abs with chest, but like I'll probably end up doing abs in a couple days again. It kind of just like depends what I want to throw on the end of my workout, but most of the time I do a body part per day. But yeah, I love the gym. My gym is so cool. I go to a Lifetime Fitness and it's just so nice there. And like I technically have like 3 gym memberships. I'm really weird. So my dad has like a thing with EOS that we've had since I was like 13 years old. So like I don't want to end it because he gets like a discount or something.
Yeah.
But then I was like, oh, I really like Lifetime and I really like the atmosphere. So I go there. And then I also have a Planet Fitness membership. So I can go tanning and work out like out of the state because my Lifetime membership only works at my location, and so does my EOS. It only works at my location. So I'm like, well, the Planet Fitness works for like a tanning membership anyway. And then yeah, I work out in like the other states at Planet Fitness. So it's been nice. It's just crazy with like 3 memberships. I'm like, what's going on?
If you were to start over, would you do anything differently, or do you feel like everything kind of had to happen this way for you to be where you are currently?
I think everything happens for a reason. Like, if there's one thing that I would change, I would say like now I very much live in the mindset of wrestling over everything. Funny enough, I'm wearing this shirt. Go check them out.
Hey.
Use code Brittnie Brooks 10. But nah, I'm very much now in the mindset of like wrestling has to be the most important thing in my life. If I ever want to be taken seriously, I have to take it seriously. Like I feel like for a while there, I wasn't giving it my all. Like I wasn't marketing myself on social media. I wasn't watching constantly. I wasn't rewatching my matches and nitpicking them. I wasn't sending them to like all the people and like asking their opinions on them. I wasn't watching what other people were doing. Like I feel like I've learned so much about indie wrestling in the past few months. Like I know all these companies and like hitting up companies constantly just trying to get work, working with graphic designers to make new logos, like constantly hitting up companies to like get new shirts made, like just really promoting myself and making sure that wrestling is the most important things in my life. Like there was a time period where I would work because I was like, oh, I want money, and then I wouldn't go to like practice or I wouldn't go to like a show because I had a shift, and I'm like, dude, screw the job, screw everything else. Like, let's go all in. So like, and that was really like a turning point for me was in February. I was in Vegas for the Level Up Expo. That there was like an anime convention. It was really dope. And I remember it was like 2 a.m. and I was sitting there doing my homework and I was like, like I feel like I haven't been taking wrestling seriously and I have the potential to make this my life. And I see what other people are doing and like I want to be at their level and I want to be as good as them. And like, so that was like a flipping switch moment. Like I was planning on going to college and everything. And like that day I was like, I don't want to be up until 2 a.m. doing homework. Like I want to wrestle. So let me take this seriously. So that's when I started to go all in. Like school definitely took a back burner. Like I literally, the first time I was on Championship Wrestling, I missed an exam that I completely ate a 0 for in my statistics class. And I somehow still passed the class. But I got a 0 on the exam because I was like, I'm not going to turn down Championship Wrestling. Like this is a company that I've wanted to work for like years now. I'm not just going to turn it down. And he wouldn't let me take my exam earlier or later. So I was like, whatever, I'm just going to eat the 0. And I ended up still passing my statistics exam, luckily, and graduating and everything. But nah, it very much like everything else takes a back burner now to wrestling. Like I went on demand at my job because I was like, I can't even be on there like scheduled because then they'll schedule me during the weekends. And I'm like, I'm wrestling every single weekend. So like, I can't do that. So like just taking every single second to like talk to people about wrestling, pick brains, like watch as much as I can, learn my history. Cause like my coach really gets on me and I totally agree with him. Like I have to be a student of the game. I need to know my history and I need to know like all of the wrestlers from back in the day, like before I was born. Cause I started watching wrestling in like 2011 and there's so much wrestling that happened behind that, like before I was born. And like, I need to know my history. I need to know the people who paved the way and just like, yeah, and then making sure that I'm constantly like working out when I don't want to, like I'm going to practice when I really don't want to, because that is ultimately what is going to make me better and what's going to push me to like all this grinding now will pay off later.
I want to piggyback off just a little bit when you mentioned the exam, how you took a 0 and all that. For some reason, it reminded me of this story. But by any chance, did you watch Rey Mysterio's Hall of Fame speech this year?
I don't think I did actually.
So there's a quick story that I guess when Rey Mysterio started wrestling, that his manager friend Conan wanted him to drop school and move with him so he can start training. And Rey Mysterio told them that, oh, I can't leave. I'm going to school. And his friend Conan told him, "How much money are you making in school?"
Exactly.
I don't know why that reminded me of that. I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I mean, in no way, shape, or form am I
No.
saying don't go to school, but I'm just saying, you know.
No, legit, because like I don't see myself doing anything other than wrestling. I'm like, there's
Yeah.
nothing else in the world that I'm more passionate about than this. So like for a while I was trying to be like, oh, I should go to school and like get this degree. But then it's like you're spending so much time and money. And I'm like, it's great for people who truly do want that degree, but I don't. Like I just want to wrestle. And I'm like willing to go for broke. And I know it's not the smartest decision. And a lot of people have told me, have a backup plan, have a backup plan. And I agree. Like backup plans are so important, but like I just know that like you have to go all in. And if I crash and burn, then at least I gave wrestling my all, and at least like I did what I was passionate about. Like I think things will work out and everything will happen exactly how it's supposed to happen. So like through the good and the bad, if I'm living out of my car or if I'm like getting signed right away, like that's all that matters to me, is that I'm giving it my all and I'm working every single day for a contract.
Since you have the confidence to put yourself out there, I wanted to ask, was it immediate confidence or was it something you kind of had to work towards to be that confident to put yourself out there like that?
Oh no, I struggle with confidence. That was like a big thing. Like for a while, I was only so like before I got injured, I only had like 15 matches. And now like I've had so many matches since coming back. I've kind of like doubled, almost tripled that. And like for a long time, I struggled with confidence, like especially reaching out to places because it's like, I don't think I'm that good at wrestling. Like I'm working my butt off for it and I just don't give up. But like, I feel like there's no reason I should be put on any show. And recently I've been starting to develop a more confidence. And I feel like that really shows in the ring too. Like when I go out there, I'm way less like, oh my God, I suck. I'm like, oh, now I go out there and I'm like, I'm going to prove myself. Like I'm going to prove that I belong here. And I do crash and burn a lot. Like I'm really, really, really hypercritical of myself. And I think it's just because like I want to be the greatest. Like I want to push myself. I want to be better. I want to give this my all. And I don't ever want to be complacent. Like I don't ever want to be egotistical. I know that I have so much to improve on. Like I was literally watching my match from Saturday and I was like, I could have done so much better in this spot, or like this didn't make sense, or like, oh, like why am I looking like that? Like I need to put my face up more, or like just every like little thing I truly pick myself apart for. And then that aspects of confidence, I have very low confidence, like, but I am working on it a lot, and I'm surrounding myself with people who really do build me up and truly like tell me like, nah, you deserve to be here. Because it is definitely a thing where like, for example, for Mission Pro, like I was like, I feel like I don't believe, like, I don't feel like I deserve to be here because, like, these people will have, like, way bigger names than me. And, like, it took a second to be like, nah, like, if you didn't deserve to be here, they would have never responded to your DM. They would have never booked you. They would have never had you here. Like, you belong here. Now go out there and show them that you belong here. So, like, it's just really much that. And, like, trying to give myself enough confidence to not develop an ego, because I never, ever want to be like, oh, I'm great, or oh, like I deserve this, I deserve that. To me, nobody deserves anything and nobody should ever be handed anything. I think that everybody should work for everything. And it's just like very much so like, okay, I worked to be here, like let's prove it. So that's definitely like low confidence, but I'm not afraid to like reach out to companies, because the worst that could happen is you get on left on red. Like I will hit up the biggest indie companies and the lowest indie companies. Like if we can work something out, like we'll make it happen. Like I want to be everywhere. I want to work for everybody. I want to establish myself, because like I feel like I'm still very, very well, like very, very unknown. And I want like everybody to know my name. So I'm going to do everything it takes to get there.
So in a world that's unfortunately filled with, you know, a lot of positive vibes, don't get me wrong, but in a world that has a lot of negativity, I wanted to ask you, how do you handle, you know, when negative situations come your way, how do you handle them to stay, you know, so positive and keep the good vibes up?
All the time. I feel like constantly I'm being handed like negativity, but I'm just like, how you react, there's so much power in it. And like how you present yourself and like shake the hands of people who have talked crap about you behind your back, and people who have like just been ridiculous to you, how you shake their hand and smile in their face and just continue on and kill them with kindness is what I'm learning. Like recently there has been a lot of people that I've been having falling outs with, and like seeing their true colors, and I'm just like, I choose the way of how I feel. Like I can be upset and I can cry to like a certain number of people that I'm like, confident in, like they'll have my back. But then everybody else, I'm like, they don't deserve to realize, like they don't deserve to get to be like that. And they don't deserve, like, I feel like the amount of positivity and kindness I kill people with is just like crazy. And I don't, I just like let it go. Like it's in the back of my head sometimes, but then also it's like, oh, I gotta show up and show out. Like I gotta prove that I do belong here. I gotta prove that like I'm here for a reason. Cause a lot of people are constantly like negatively like, oh, she sucks, or oh, like, oh, just constantly. So it's like making sure that I don't let it get to me and just keep moving. And then I like really talk to the people that I know will build me up and, just make me feel better.
So far, what's something in your life that you thought was gonna be a mistake, but because you did it, you were like, oh hell yeah, like I'm so glad I did this.
Oh, I feel like there was honestly so many things in wrestling. Like, um, gosh, I feel like the new gear that I got, I was very scared because I was like under 18. So like the gear that I was wearing was very much so covered up. And like, I feel like I'm really glad that I decided to like, branch out. La Lucha Lady, she made incredible gear. And I love the way it looks. And I've gotten so many compliments about it. Like, I'm very much so like, you have to show what you have because it's like, I work really hard to have the body that I do, and just like being comfortable enough in that to wear like what I wear now as compared to what I wore before is like very important to me. And so like I was very nervous about it at first, and like I still get those moments of like unconfidence where I'm like, oh, like I don't like the way like I look in this sometimes, and then it's just like, nah, like I wear this for a reason. It's gotta look good, like it's gonna sell, like we got this. So yeah, definitely the gear.
Oh, speaking of your gear, so here's a little scenario question. Your gear has a lot of pink in it. I recently saw you incorporated some blue in there, right?
Yes.
Okay, I wanted to ask if down the road you were to turn heel, would the color still be pink? If not, what color would it be?
I don't know. I feel like pink and Brittany Brooks are so associated because I know a lot of people will do like their gear designs, like their cut of gear in multiple colors. My goal is to like do pink in multiple cuts of gear. So like I want to do like all different kinds of like bright pink, like bright pink with yellow, bright pink with orange, bright pink with black. Like so maybe black and pink will be like the heel Brittany Brooks.
Yeah,
if we go that way. But I do want to do pink and yellow. That's like my next one, especially because it's like summertime. I really want to do it.
Yeah. You said in multiple interviews as well that you want to keep going until you make it. You want to be the best. For everybody, success looks different for everybody. So for you, what does making it look like for you? Like what needs to happen for you to be like, okay, like I made it?
I think like the biggest reason why I wrestle is because I want to inspire people. I want people to like look up to me in a way where it's like I can do that too. Cause like I'm so inspired by like John Cena and the Bella Twins. Like they're the reason why I do this. And I want to have like little boys and little girls be like, oh, like she's like just like to look at me in that way because it's like I want to pass down the inspiration and the emotions that I felt. To me, making it would definitely be getting a contract with either WWE or AEW. I think both of those companies are very incredible. And I want to be on a platform where I can inspire people in the best way possible and just make people feel like themselves and feel like they can do anything. Because it's definitely very much so like, if I like didn't come across like John Cena or the Bella Twins, like I don't know if I would be as confident in like knowing that I can do this and knowing that I can go through all the negativity and all the rejection to make it there one day and just like prove it to myself that all of this work that I'm putting in, if you like stay dedicated and stay on a track, like you can do it. And that's like one of the biggest things that I want with wrestling. If I don't get a contract, like to me in my head I'm like, you gotta get a contract, like there's no other way. But like I know that it's not realistic because I know that not everybody makes it, and I am prepared to be like I just wasn't good enough. But like I never want to get like, because I know that there's always more you can do, and I know that it is possible if I keep grinding, keep putting the work in, and never allow myself to just be complacent. I think that's like making it to me.
John Cena was your guy. So I know you are far, 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 far from being done. But do you see yourself turning to acting when it's all said and done, or
I
even
mean,
during?
I think it would be cool because I know like Seth Rollins is doing like the what is he in?
And
Um
I'm 100% going blank right
my
now.
mind is blanking.
I
I
know
just saw
what he's
some
doing. I just don't know the name. Uh,
but no, like I know a lot of people do it, and I think it could be interesting. I feel like it could definitely be another angle like of my personality. But like as far as like I just know that I want to wrestle, and like I just love being in the ring and love being wrestling in front of people. But I think if the opportunity came up, I would not turn it down. So for sure.
You do watch your matches back, right?
Like crazy. I like rewind,
Yeah.
slow motion, like redo, like find highlight clips. Like yeah.
Do you think you will always be watching your matches back, even like 10 years down the line?
I think for sure because I want to see what things look like. I know how they feel. And like sometimes I'll be like, oh, like I feel like that looked cool. And then I'll watch it back and I'll be like, ah, that didn't look as good as I thought it would. So like definitely I feel like to me, like I'll always have this like no matter how far I get in this, I will always think of myself as like the little girl who doesn't know how to wrestle that like needs to improve on 100 million things because I never think that you will ever get to that, or I will personally will ever get to that point where it's like, I'm the greatest ever, like there's always so much that I'll need to improve on and always so much where I want to watch it back, get feedback from the people that I trust and just like improve and see what works, what doesn't work. Like, I think I always will.
Currently, what's a match that you recommend people go check out to kind of get an idea of what Brittnie Brooks is all about?
Okay. I had this really cool match with Chris Evans. It was Brittnie Brooks versus Chris Evans. It was in Arizona, so Arizona Wrestling Federation. Definitely check it out because I had some really cool moves in there. Because sometimes intergender allows you to work like with people who are way more experienced, that are more willing to like do a lot more. So it's like it was so fun, and yeah, I love that match. Like that match was a lot of fun.
Is it on YouTube?
Yeah, it's on YouTube. If you look up Brittnie Brooks versus Chris Evans, it's not
Uh,
Captain America Chris Evans. It's like he's wrestling in Arizona. It's so funny. When I first met him, I was like, Chris Evans?
Yeah, you're not you're not Captain America.
I love it.
You mentioned wanting to get a contract with AEW and NXT, so I want to talk briefly about both companies. So in AEW, you had the opportunity to wrestle on AEW Dark a few months ago. If you could take us a little bit behind the scenes, the day you were gonna appear on AEW Dark, if you could take us to like an audio diary of like from the moment you woke up to leading up to that day, if you could walk us through what was going on.
I was
that
a
day.
wreck and a half that day. I was so nervous. So like I was shocked. Like I said, I was really shocked that I got the invite. Like I did not expect it in the slightest. And then let alone to get a match, I was like shocked. So I kind of woke up and I went to the gym. I had a call out of school that day. Sorry guys, I'm gonna be
Oh,
sorry guys, I'm going to TV. No, like very much so. I had a call out of school that day, and then I called my buddy Aiden Colt because I was really nervous, and he was on a couple weeks before when they were in El Paso, and I was just like, give me a rundown of how it's gonna go. I was so nervous. I started getting ready super early because I was like, again, really nervous and I wanted to make sure my makeup looked perfect. I'm pretty sure I slept with curlers in my hair that day because my promo pictures are very curly, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure I wore curlers in my hair because I wanted my hair to be perfect. I did my makeup and then I left super early to get to the venue because I was really nervous about being late. I got to downtown and like tried to circle around to find a place to park. And then when I eventually found a place to park, I went inside. I was really nervous though because we have to pay for like the outdoor parking. So like I was like, and it said it was good till 4 p.m. And I was like, because at the time it was like 10 a.m. And I was like, till 4 p.m. Like the show doesn't even start until 5. So let's really hope that nobody like tickets is my car because I only paid for parking for this long. But it wouldn't let me go longer. So I was like, I don't know what to do. So then we got there and everything. I saw like the other extras. And the moment I saw like the other people that I knew, I was a lot more comfortable because I was like, at least I know somebody. Because there was a good amount of wrestlers. They were all from Arizona or Vegas. So like I knew them and that was really helpful. And then we kind of just like chilled for a while and then got dressed, took promo pictures, and then got back dressed into like our nice clothes. And then they let us know who would have a match. And then we got like with those people and then the rest is history. Like I remember walking out because they preload us. So they put us in the ring before and then like the actual AEW people do their entrances and stuff. So I remember like getting preloaded and like I heard my name and I was like, there's no way that these people know who I am. But I'm like, then again, like it is in Arizona. So like some of these could be local wrestling fans. And then I ended up getting tagged in like a ton of stuff. And I was like, that's crazy. Cause like, and so the episode didn't air until Monday. So it couldn't repost anything. But like, I was like shocked that anybody like knew who I was or knew my Instagram or anything. But yeah, so it was just crazy. I was so nervous. And that was definitely a time I remember because when I was talking to Aiden Cole earlier in the day, he was like, take a second to look around and like realize what you're doing at 18 years old, wrestling in front of these thousand people, thousands of people. But he's like, take a second. So I remember I got like drop kicked out of the ring and we lost the match. And I just like looked around and like Vicky Guerrero was screaming at me to get out the building. And I was like, ah, but like I was looking around and I was like, dude, I just wrestled in front of all of these people. Now I'm at a loss. Now I might have got my butt kicked, but all of these people just saw me and I'm like trying to think to myself, like, there's a reason why I'm here. Cause like I said, I really struggle with confidence. Like, why am I here? Like I should be wrestling in like a little shack. Like I need to practice more and I need to like get better at what I'm doing constantly. I always think that way. Like I never think that I'm good at wrestling. And I'm like, how did I get here? Like, that's wild to me. So like, that was one of the seconds where I was like, dude, like 7-8 months ago, I was sitting on my bed, crying myself to sleep, nursing my knee. And now I'm like wrestling in front of thousands of people. Like, that was like wild. So I'm like, it was just the craziest day. And like now whenever like I look back on it, I'm like, I belong there and I'm gonna get there one day. Like no matter what it takes, I'm gonna give this my all. Like I want to be able to go out there and feel that feeling every single week. Cause like every time I'm back at AEW, I just like look around and like these people get to do this every single week. They get to go out there and they get to perform and they get to inspire people and be on that platform. And I'm like, I want to be so good to the point where like I do get signed and I do like make people feel that emotion at such like a grand stage.
So switching over to NXT, if you were to get signed to NXT, a lot of people that they assign them new names. So I wanted to ask you, if you were to get signed to NXT and they said, come up with a new name, what kind of name do you think you could come up with?
I don't even know because like I'm still trying to figure out who Brittnie Brooks is. It's so difficult, I feel like. I honestly have no idea. Like, and that's like a thing, that's a problem because I do know that at any moment I could get a call, at any moment anything can happen. So I'm like, I need to be prepared. But definitely, I honestly have no idea because like I feel like they're gonna like definitely negotiate a lot of stuff. So I'm like, I need to have like 10 million names ready and ideas ready, but I really don't. And I know that's so bad, but NXT would be incredible. I would literally love to be there.
What are your thoughts on the new championships that they've been like reintroducing? Like the World Heavyweight title, the new Undisputed title?
I think it's interesting that they're doing it. I mean, I don't really care because either way, the name Brittnie Brooks is going to be associated with one of these days, you know? Yeah. But no, like, I think it's interesting and I hope that like everything works out. And I do like the way that they look. I think they look really cool. Like the one that Roman has looks really cool. And I like the one that Seth gave. They gave Seth. But I do kind of miss like the original heavyweight championship. I think that one's like the big gold. I think it'll be forever iconic.
What women's championship do you currently think looks the best, and which one do you actually want to win? It doesn't even need to be AEW or NXT or WWE. Just any women's championship that
Ooh.
you've seen.
I mean, even Impact is kind of cool.
Yes.
But I definitely I like I like the gold women's one. I think it looks cool. Um I see myself winning that one. Like, or well, see myself hopefully one day. But no, like for sure. I think that all the belts are really cool. Like, I don't have a problem with any of them. I know like a lot of people on Twitter are like, oh, these belts are so ugly. And I'm like, they're fine. Like,
Yeah.
dude, it is what it is. Like, you're not gonna be
Yeah.
able to change a company's belts like that
Yeah. I know.
without many complaints. So
Yeah. Wrestling Twitter is, oh man.
it's a
It's
time for sure.
yeah. Like I'm not ashamed, but it's tough being part of wrestling Twitter. Because
For
oh
sure.
man, are you ready for the speed round?
I'm ready.
All right, here we go. Your favorite ice cream flavor?
Oh, the Ben and Jerry's like chocolate brownie. So good. So
Ooh.
great.
The last thing you ordered online?
Oh, I got a Wolfpack backpack and it's so cool. I've been wanting one forever. It's like pink. If you look at my Instagram stories, it's so cool. You can put patches on it and everything. I have been wanting one for like a year and I was like, I've been getting money for graduation gifts and like I've been grinding my butt off with wrestling, selling merch, doing everything I can to like I've been using a lot of my money to like enhance my brand, which actually I've been working on trying to get an LLC for Brittnie Brooks because I want to make it a business and I want to like keep track of everything because I feel like that's if you asked me earlier what I would change, I would have started an LLC longer ago because like it's crazy the amount of money that I'm like, oh, I'm dipping into like my actual stuff and then I'm like taking profit, but I'm like, I don't know, it's just all mixing together. And I was like, no, I need to keep it separate for sure. But so I'm like, I think I should buy something. So I've been wanting the Wolfpack thing forever. And then my friend's mom, Monique Horvacheski, she was like, oh, you gotta get one. So I was like, oh my God, I need one. And then I see them on Instagram all the time. They're driving me crazy. But I just got a gift card that my uncle gave me. And I was like, okay, well, now I kind of want to get some Alpha Elite stuff. I love workout clothes. It's like my favorite. So now I might buy some Alpha Elite stuff because I have like $100 on like this prepaid gift card that I'm like, I don't know how I'm gonna use it. But yeah, Wolfpack, it's super cool, really pricey, but like I think it's going to be worth it because I travel a lot and it has so much space, so many compartments. And yeah.
Are you still trying to get the Disney Pass?
I am. I tweeted it. I'm actually probably going to Disneyland for my birthday. So I'm really excited. And I was like, I might just upgrade my ticket into an annual pass, but I do need to start working more because like I am not getting as many hours as I'd like because of wrestling. And I'm like, okay, well, I need to work and then wrestle, just constant grinding, never sleeping. That's just how I'm going to get the Disney pass. I'm like, if I really want this Disney pass, I gotta just grind for it. Cause like realistically, if I do a ton of hours at work for like a month and a half, I think I should be able to get that Disney pass. Like just hard hitting the books, just going crazy at work. But
I'm unfamiliar with a Disney Pass, but how much are they? I don't even
okay,
know.
right now the Magic Keys, they only have like so there's like a discounted one if you live in Southern California, and I don't. So but there's like the one that I would want with the less blackout days because like they have a lot of blackout days if you get the really low tier one. And I'm like, I just be there on random days sometimes. Like I just want to go for a few hours. And that's like why I want to get the pass because I'm always in California to wrestle. If I could just take an extra day and like drive back for like go for a few hours and then drive back home, like because I'm already there. So it's like it would be so fun to be there. But like I think the only one you could buy right now is the top most expensive one. And it's like $1,500.
Oh man.
But you don't have to pay for parking. You can go like on so many more days. You get discounts on everything. So it's like, to me, it would definitely be worth it for someone who's there like 3 or 4 times a month. Like I'm literally in California. Like this Saturday, I'll be in California. It's like farther away, but like if I drove a few hours, I'd be at Disneyland. And then in a couple weeks, I'm going to Lucha Por Azul on a Friday. And I was like, if I drive up early, then I could go to Disney. You know what I mean? So like,
Yeah.
I definitely want to get that pass and then just create like vacations. There's a lot of different people that I want to go to Disneyland with. Like my buddy Hayden Backlund, he lives in New York. He's like, we got to go to Disneyland together. And I was like, bro, I want to go. Let's go. Like, let's make it
Yeah.
happen. And then just like my work friends, like we're just all planning all these separate trips. And I'm like, I need to pass. Like it needs to happen.
Yeah. Here we go.
Back to rapid fire.
Back to ready to go. All right. Least favorite body part to work out.
Ooh, legs because my knee always cracks on the leg press, a squat, like everything. But I need to train my legs because my legs are like my weakest part.
Same. Leg day is a scam, and nobody will ever change my mind. Favorite color?
Pink. I don't know what gave it away, but like,
yeah, didn't see that one coming. One food you will never give up.
Ooh, Chick-fil-A chicken sandwiches. I could eat it every day. I ate it today. It was great.
Chick-fil-A?
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A. Your biggest fear?
Oh, I think this is about to get deep, but my biggest fear is failure. Like I know it has to happen a lot. And my coach always tells me, he's like, the most successful people have failed, have gotten gone to rock bottom, have lost everything. And like, that's just like my biggest like fear. Like, I feel like I failed when I tore my ACL. Like, I feel like there's a lot of points, like every single week in practice where I just fail at things. And I'm like, I should be getting these. Why am I not getting this? And then he's like, he's really hard on me in practice and he yells at me. He's like, just do it. Like, blah, blah, blah. Cause I learned the best with that coaching situation. But like, afterwards he's always like, you have to fail if you ever want to get better. And I'm just like scared of failing and disappointing myself and disappointing other people, because like I know that there are people who do believe in me, him being one of them. And I just like, I don't want to disappoint people. I don't want to fail, but like it's rough. Like it's rough when you just keep failing. Like for example, I can't do like a flip bump. Like I can't jump up and flip, right? And that's like, there's a lot of moves that you need to be able to master that. And sometimes like with the added assist, I can do it. But like, it's just been something that I failed at for 3 years now. And I just like, I can't get it no matter how hard I try. And I'm just like, that always bugs me. Like it bugs me when there's people who are brand new at this and can nail it on the first time. And I'm just like, why can't I do it? And like, I get really hard on myself really quickly. And it's just like, everything happens for a reason. Failure needs to happen to get better. That wasn't rapid fire. I'm so sorry.
No. If anything, that just made this episode a lot better. So thank you for that. But no, like a quick little quote. Like this was like, I think almost 10 years ago that Sami Zayn actually said, sometimes you need to know how to lose before you know how to win.
Mm-hmm.
That's something I always like look back to. All right. Your go-to breakfast.
Oh, I'm so bad with breakfast. I don't even know. I be eating random things every day. I used to like do just egg whites. Like I would take out the yolk and do egg whites and put salsa on it, but I haven't had it in a while. Our fridge just broke. So now all our stuff is in our outside fridge. So it's just like, I don't want to walk all the way out there.
Yeah, I felt that. Cats or dogs?
Dogs, but I'm honestly like, I've never had a pet in my life. So like I'll go over to my friend's house and I'll be like scared of the dogs and scared of the cats. I'm like, don't kill me, please.
What are you terrible at?
Oh my God, everything. No, I'm really terrible at like losing my train of thought. It's really bad. Like I have a really bad attention span. And I think it's because I'm like a millennial in this day and age. I also went through COVID where like I would be doing my homework while also being on my phone. And like, I definitely have a very short attention span and like can't hold a conversation. Like I'm really terrible at like conversating with people. Cause sometimes I dump too much on people and I'm like, I didn't even ask them how their day was. Like, what? And I feel like I'm just really bad at conversating with people. Like people always get on me. They're like, and like, they're like in the nicest way possible. But like, I feel like I'm really bad at it.
I mean, we've had a great conversation so far, so you've done great in this one. I find that hard to believe. So, all right, your least favorite fast food?
Oh, I don't know. I really can't do like, I don't know. I don't like Burger King that much, and I think it's because I had it so much as a kid. I had Burger King so much as a kid. I know a lot of people love Burger King. You know, I'm just like,
break my heart. Why don't you?
Oh, it's true.
All right. Where do you want to travel to the most?
Ooh, I really, really, really want to go anywhere and everywhere. Like, I definitely have a lot of promotions on like my indie bucket list, like GCW, Defy, Prestige, Reality of Wrestling. Like, I want to wrestle all those like American places, but I also would love to go to Japan. I would love to go to Canada. There's a lot of really cool companies like Destiny in Canada that I really want to do and be a part of. Just honestly anywhere and everywhere. Like, I'm just really trying to get out there as much as possible, hitting up companies left and right. Yeah, I want to wrestle in Florida really bad because I would love to go to the beach and like go to Disney World. So yeah, just I want to travel anywhere and everywhere, but especially like out of country. That's why I'm trying to get my passport because like I have some offers and I'm just like I can't do them and I'm stressing myself out with this whole passport situation because I'm like I need to get it as soon as I can. Like, oh my God.
I think this might be another obvious one, but your go-to drink.
Oh, my go-to drink is definitely Celsius. I be drinking like
Ah!
you gotta drink Celsius, you know. My favorite flavor is Peach Vibe. Check them out. Available at Target, Walmart, Walgreens, everywhere. All the gas stations. Like, oh, I
And
drink Celsius so much, it's ridiculous. Like, and it's more than just like a sponsorship because like I obviously am sponsored by them, but like at the same time, like I would spend so much money on buying them. I would drink them every day, like before I even got the ambassadorship. So it's like it's definitely genuine. And so many of my friends like, are you drinking a Celsius? Yeah, I'm drinking a Celsius. But I am very much an iced coffee girl too. Like I will drink Starbucks and Dutch Bros like crazy. I just got into drinking my own iced coffee and it's going well. Like it's not as great as like I hope it to be, but we're working on it, getting better at making it. So,
all right, and last one, favorite brand of shoes.
ooh, I'm a Nike girl. I love my Jordan ones. I'm like a Jordan girl, but like I really only like the Jordan ones, like the mids, highs, and lows. Like I just love the way the Jordans look. I love wearing them to shows. I love wearing them all day, every day. The only thing I don't like to do is work out in them because I don't want them to get all creased. And at that point, I'm a Nike Blazer girl. I love my Nike Blazers. They're like my all day, every days. Like I will just throw them on. I'll be like, yeah, like I just love Nike Blazers. I've seen like this girl, Heather Reckless, she wrestles in them, and I'm like, that's so fire. But I can't go back because now I wrestle in boots, and I'm like, I can't go back to like any type of like regular shoe. But I'm like, if I, it would be so cool to wrestle in Jordan 1s or Nike Blazers. But
Are you a iced coffee person in the winter?
yeah, I don't care. I can't drink hot
Okay,
coffee.
okay.
Like, I'll occasionally get a hot white mocha. That's it. Like, I don't drink hot coffee. Like, we had, when I was in San Antonio, I was staying at a hotel and like, one of the mornings, when I was about to take the shuttle back to the airport, the like coffee machine, like the breakfast area was closed, but like the coffee machine I could tell was still on. So I went to go get coffee and I went because earlier I'd make this like really cool concoction with like the hot coffee. I threw some milk in there, I threw some creamer and like sweetener, and I like shook it up. It was like cold coffee. And like in the morning, that morning, the coffee machine was on. So I was like, I can't get my milk. So I had to drink hot coffee and it burnt my tongue. And I'm like, this is why I hate hot coffee. Like, I just can't do it.
Are you a pineapple on pizza type of person?
No, I like my cheese pizza, and that's kind of it. Like, I don't
Okay,
do
okay.
anything. Like, anything is disgusting on pizza to me. I mean, if it's there and I have to eat it, then I'll eat it. It's fine. But yeah.
Okay, okay. I'm throwing all the hot takes at you. See what you're
Hot
thinking.
take. I love it.
Last thing to send us off, Brittany. So I'm a big believer in being grateful. So every single day on Twitter, I tweet the same thing every day. I always tweet, I am grateful because I have so much to be grateful for. End this conversation now, Brittany. I want to ask you, what are 3 things in your life that you're grateful for right now?
Oh, okay. Well, I am grateful for wrestling and like all the people I've met in it, like my coach, my friends. Like, there's so many amazing people I've met in the past few months where I'm like, okay, these are my forever people. Like, I really enjoy being around them and like the companies that I wrestle for. Like, all of that into one. To say wrestling, wrestling is what I'm most grateful for, and I'm just grateful for health too because it's like for like this time last year, I have to keep thinking about it because like I look at like where I am, like wrestling every weekend, wrestling on shows with bigger names, wrestling, like getting podcast opportunities, gaining followers online. Like it's kind of crazy because literally this time last year, I was sitting in my bed watching AEW Dark, and like now I wrestled on it, and like, you know, just like all like just the health that I feel like, because now every time I get like slightly hurt, I'm like, oh my God, like I get so nervous. Like I hurt my shoulder a couple weeks ago and I was like, please do not tell me I tore a rotator. Like I can't get surgery. Like it was just the lowest point in my life. And so I'm just so glad of like health and growth from that. And then another thing that I'm really grateful for is just like, I guess just like everything in my life. And I know that that's like crazy, but like I'm so grateful. Like I know I kind of mentioned like all of it with wrestling, but I'm so grateful for all like the people who believe in me and all the people who watch me and just support me and are patient with me, because I'm growing and I'm still developing, and like the people who really like take the time to watch my matches and give me feedback, like that means the world to me, because there's like 3 or 4 people that I consistently send matches to and always just give me the best advice, and I'm really, really, really grateful for them. And I think in order to get better, you really have to surround yourself with good people, and I feel like I'm starting to really refine my group of people who I talk to on the daily, and really like make sure that everybody I do talk to really has my best interests at heart, because this is a competition, it is a sport, and it is very much cutthroat. So like just making sure that people that I surround myself with care about me as much as I care about them, because I've noticed a lot, like I love people and like I love them like really deeply, and it like sometimes I could like I don't instantly realize that they're just using me. So like that takes a lot sometimes. So I'm really grateful for the people that I really surround myself with now, like, and growing and learning that not everybody always is going to have your best interest.
And finally, where can the listeners and viewers find you on social media to keep up with everything you're doing?
You can find me. I'm most active on my Twitter and Instagram. My Twitter is at Brittnie Brooks, and my Instagram is the Brittnie Brooks. I have a Facebook page, Brittnie Brooks. I have YouTube, but I haven't posted a match on there in a while because I've been doing matches where it's like they kind of have the rights to the footage and stuff. But if you just type in Brittnie Brooks, I have a YouTube channel, but I also have a lot of matches on like other promotions channels and like other people's channels. But yeah, I'm most active on Instagram. I do have a storefront here with a few of my merch designs on there where you can buy those and support me. That's what I was going to do today. I was going to go open a PO box, but I'm going to start opening a PO box, shipping people stickers, 8x10s, and my real raw indie cards, because I have like trading cards of me, which are really cool. And so many people have been asking about me, like asking me about them. And I'm going to open a PO box. I need to do that. But yeah, so you can find me at all those places. And yeah.
Oh man. Well, Brittnie, thank you so much for an awesome conversation. And I hope one day RMW books you once again so I can come see you out here in Oxnard, because oh man, it'd be so cool to meet you in person. The future is just super bright for you, and man, I talk a lot, but I cannot put into words how freaking badass you are and how bright the future is for you.
Thank you so much. And I really appreciate the platform and just everything. Like it means the world and more to me. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Brittnie.
Thank you. Talk to you later.
Darling, you